sir. Please don't start.
I just wanted to ask if I could help.
I'm not hiring anyone. I'm not here looking for work. That's exactly what the last guy told me. I understand why you don't trust me.
When he said, "That's exactly what the last guy told me," I realized this wasn't about the grass anymore. It was about trust. Someone had already taken advantage of his kindness once, and now every stranger looked the same. Before I tell you the rest of this story, comment which U.S. state you're watching from. I'd love to see all 50 states in the comments. I told the elderly man I completely understood why he didn't trust me. If someone had done that to my grandfather, I'd probably react the same way. I explained that I wasn't asking him to hire me, and I wasn't expecting any money. If he still didn't feel comfortable, I would simply leave. He stood there quietly for a few seconds before saying, "A man knocked on my door last summer and offered to mow the yard. When he finished, he handed me a bill for nearly $500. When I refused to pay, he threatened to put a lien on my house and said he'd call the police. I was scared, so I paid him." Looking around the yard, he added, "Since then, I haven't let another lawn company step onto this property." I told him I wasn't a lawn company. I was just someone who hated driving past a yard that had clearly become too much for one person to manage alone. I made him a simple promise. "I'll finish the entire yard first. If, when I'm done, you still think I owe you a bill, I'll leave without asking for a single dollar." He looked at me, then slowly smiled for the first time and said, "All right, you've got yourself a deal." I started by trimming the overgrown grass along the sidewalk so the entrance was clear again. Then I edged the driveway, mowed the entire front yard, cleaned up the thick grass around the fence, moved into the backyard, and finished by blowing away every pile of grass until the whole property looked cared for again. The elderly man spent the entire afternoon sitting on his porch watching, almost as if he was waiting for the moment everything would change. When I loaded my mower back onto the trailer, he slowly stood up, reached for his wallet, and asked, "So, how much do I owe you?" I smiled and shook my head. "Exactly what I promised you. Nothing." He looked at me for a long moment before quietly saying, "I spent a whole year believing I couldn't trust another person because of what one man did." I smiled and replied, "Don't let one dishonest person convince you that everyone is the same." Before I drove away, he reached out, shook my hand, and said, "Today, you gave me more than a clean yard. You gave me a reason to trust people again." If this story touched your heart, comment "trust" if you believe one act of kindness can restore someone's faith in people. Tag someone in your state who'd love this story. And don't forget to like, share, and follow for more real-life lawn care stories. Thank you so much for watching.